This is your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, January the 17th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Glad to be back in Birmingham, Alabama. Enjoyed the trip to Southern California, but glad to be back. There's a look at the Skycam image from Mount Cheaha, and I couldn't help but enjoy the sunrise shot, but it's showing some high cirrus clouds across the central part of Alabama. And there's a look at Gadsden, and we can see the lights there, but we can also see some of that high cirrus clouds. We have a cold front approaching, and that cold front looks like it's going to go by basically dry. With the passing of the high cirrus clouds this morning, we should see a pretty good sunshine amount this afternoon. In the upper atmosphere, we see a trough that is coming through the central and north central plains, and that trough will bring us some cooler air. This morning, temperatures starting out just below the freezing mark for most of the airport locations, and that means some of those cooler rural locations probably got down into the upper 20s. The QPF forecast pretty much tells you what to expect for the next week, and that is, it looks like, at least for the next 5 days, we'll stay dry, and it looks like the primary threat for rain is going to come probably on Saturday. Storm Prediction Center has no organized severe thunderstorms forecast for any day. This is the day one outlook, but none of the other days have any severe thunderstorms forecast. All right, the 06Z GFS model run, and there's the surface pattern for today, and we can see high pressure moving off to our east and northeast, but as the cold front comes through the central plain states and down into our area on Sunday, it should come through pretty much dry. The trough comes by us on Sunday morning, and that again should bring us another shot of colder air. We can see the 540 thickness line that we use as a demarcation to locate the colder air. We can see that line dipping down into North Georgia. The day becomes a little warmer on Monday as we see still a slightly northwesterly flow, but not as cold as the look was on Sunday. And so we should see a gradual little bit of a warm up as temperatures climb back up into the upper 50s or so on Monday. Another trough comes down the pike on Tuesday, and that one should dig in on Wednesday. So once again, we're going to see a cold shot, and I think we'll see some clouds, but I think we'll stay dry. Maybe a few sprinkles, but I doubt that it's going to be much more than just some clouds on Wednesday. That cools us off for Thursday as we see the trough there, and we notice that there is also the 540 line coming down to the vicinity of about Clanton. So once again, some colder air coming into the area. That system begins to move off to the east as another one digs into the Four Corners area, and we come under a slight ridging on Friday, so we should warm up a little bit, but not as a great deal. And then as that system digs in on Saturday into the Four Corners area, we see that there's a piece of energy coming out in the, with a shortwave trough over Louisiana, along the Louisiana-Texas border there, and that will probably bring a pretty good chance of rain to the Gulf Coast area. For us in central Alabama, it looks like we'd be probably in the 30 or 40% range with, just some light rain as a possibility, but I doubt that we'd see anything in the way of any kind of thunderstorms. Now, looking out into voodoo country, the GFS certainly doesn't give us any rest. There's another very deep trough on the 29th, which is going to bring in some colder air, and then the GFS brings in a rapid one just a couple of days later around the 1st of February. The problem here is that means we might see some cold air staying in place before that next system comes in, and we could see some wintry weather across some part of the southeastern United States. Now, this is voodoo country, excuse me, and as a result, we can't be very specific. It's just we're looking for trends, and there's a trend there that we need to be watching. It might be gone in the next run. We'll see. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Extreme video for this morning. I'll have the next one posted first thing on Sunday morning around 8 a.m. or so. In the meantime, enjoy the day and Godspeed.